What's the point of stand-up? I'd always choose to sit down instead. If I can sit down, I choose to lie down. Can't stand most of you anyways.
You're sad.
Am I?
Yes, you are. Could you introduce yourself briefly?
Can't you see through me by your supernatural psychological PhD power?
Tell me, where are you from?
It depends on...
Depends on what?
On time, race, gender, political position, social class, sexual orientation and identity, academic background, mom's background, mom's. My mom's blood came from north and south. Dad's from west and east.
And you really came from?
Do you remember the time you were born?
Okay, then start from any point in time.
Every time, right after my show, I check my DM while I ride the bus home. There are some cheers and full of bitches who can't seem to forget about me. I used to ignore them. But hanging out with the staff over call, I was quite drunk afterwards. And then there was a message request from a burner account in my DM. Again. Listen here, you bitch. Get a grip and get help for your narcissism. I laughed so hard I almost choked on my drink. Me, a narcissist. User AMSYAZ0410. There's only one out of that entire clique in high school that would still be snooping in my business after all these years. What a ride! Lovely memories of my youth. Thank you for these memories. How are you doing these days, Kay? So every time I get these kinds of DMs, I take a shot for every picture and message they send. That's how I became an alcoholic. I was too drunk and too high to stand up 24/7.
There is no right time to start alcoholic therapy. You visit AA all by yourself.
Yeah, I did. And that's the second biggest thing I regret the most in my life. Global Village. All kinds of people. It's AA. No matter who you are, all losers are there. Smart loser, funny loser, rich loser, normal loser, loser. AA is the place. The heaven of people who came from all quarters. It's where my parents came from. And I liked it. It felt like my hometown. It's true and half, though. After I started to hang out with AAs, my DM became a huge, quantitatively huge international anonymous dick archive. But I couldn't even imagine who in AA spread my account. Of course, Kay didn't stop. Don't you think it's a bit sad how narcissistic you are, yet your job is stand-up comedy? You're a fucking joke. Kudos to Kay, but that was already established. I replied, oh, you're acting as if I wouldn't know it's you. You're not fooling anybody here, sweetheart.
Where's your family then? Is there anyone to support you in an emotional way?
I said I came from the quarters. It means nowhere.
Then you better go back to the stage.
Not to stand up and to do stand up. Do you think this is a proper job? Mumbling on the stage, providing losers emotional jerk off?
I know it sounds inappropriate, but is that the essence of a lot of jobs?
Goddamn, you're much better than me. Why didn't you debut?
To be a psychotherapist, it's kind of the same as providing that one.
But you're a professional, credentialed.
Yes, I give my patients emotional jerk off in professional way. You do the same, and every human needs it so desperately.
What about mine? Who's gonna do that for me?
I'm doing for you right now. How was life in the States?
Was it even life?
What do you mean?
What do you think it was like being a person of color in the whitest town?
I don't know.
In my DM dumpster, tons of strangers telling me, go back to your country, or mock my language or looks. I breathe and people are angry.
Does this happen often?
Of course. And for a while it hurt. I've already learned English, but not enough to fit in. Whenever there was a shooting, I would post on my Instagram story about it. I'd be angry. And white people, they interpreted my post as me villainizing them. Because the shooter was almost always white. But it wasn't about them. It was about me and my people. And you know what? They're always the same guys asking me to satisfy their yellow fever or reprimand me for having an opinion.
So what did you do?
Turn to stand-up comedy, of course. Use my struggles, turn them into jokes to make light of my situations, and maybe someone in the crowd relates. Maybe they understand. Because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't realize microaggressions, the gaslighting in my DMs. I learn enough from audience reactions.
And at the end of the day,
My inbox is flooded again. Some with fans, some with stories of them feeling seen after they attended my show. But of course, life is all about balance, right? It's the white Americans angry at my DMs again.
what do they say?
Lots of fuck yous, or telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Those kinds of comments make me laugh. Who would have thought that I wouldn't know of all people? Honestly, if they were so offended, maybe some introspection would have done them good. I'd sit in silence in my room sometimes, wondering what I can change. Plastic surgery is an option. But you know, my job, bankrupt 24/7. Even more, I'm not trying to be the second Oli London either, changing my race or whatever bullshit. Honestly, I don't care too much when it happens. It's when I realize how often it has happened and that builds up. Then it hurts. And then I talk about it during my shows. And the cycle repeats.
Is it good to your mental health?
Why do you think I'm talking to you right now?
I digress.
Isn't it done? Feels much longer than usual.
Done.
Then I'm off. Got nothing left to say.
No, you have.
Nothing left that I can tell you.
Then you can tell me at the next session.
Peace.